Well, welcome to my shop. I'm Earl. This is Earl's Small Segment Shop. It's been a while since I did a video. I had some problems last year. I had a major operation. And I decided I wanted to make some Native American flutes, which I did. I made one video on them. Made a bunch of them. I don't know how well they're going to sell or not. I have no idea. And the shop's been hot. My air conditioner old and ain't working that good. But it's time to get back to making an open segment turning. So I'm going to be making an open segment turning, but I'm going to do it very detailed, and I'm going to make a bunch of small videos. I'm not going to do it in one video. I'm going to make a whole bunch of small videos on this one turning. Some people have been asking me to get more detailed, so I'm going to give it a try and see how it goes. So, the first video, this one, will be on the design. So I'm going to give that a try and we'll see how it goes. Of course now, a lot of my designs come out of my head. Now, a lot of people like to use computer programming for designs. If you like to use computer programming for design, that's great. Go ahead and do it. That's fine. Personally, I find it easier and quicker just to draw them out, but that's me. So it's your choice. If you like to use a computer program, fine, great, do it. Now, when I go to make a turning, first of all, I want to decide what the purpose of the turning is. Make a small ball, put in a art council, make a small bowl to give it away, make a big turning 35 inches tall for one of my big turnings. I haven't made one of them in a long time. Make a medium-sized turning to put in art council and try and sell. So I've decided I want to make a medium-sized turning, about 18 inches tall. So what do I do? Well, unless I already have something in mind, I've already made a turning, I'd like to make another similar turning. And what I would do is look at all my turnings, look at a bunch of turnings on the internet, find a shape I like. Once I find a shape I like, then decide what kind of pattern I want to put in it. Now, open segment, of course, you have limited patterns, but and then, of course, I draw out the pattern, draw out the shape. So I've decided on a shape something like this. Oh, maybe this tall. Something wide at the bottom, the widest spot about 1/3 of the way up, and then come up to a narrow top. I've used this shape before. I kind of like that shape. Okay, so how do I make a pattern? Well, the first thing I do is print out a blank pattern sheet for open segments. After I get that printed out, I get out my Sharpies and draw out a pattern now. Sometimes I see a pattern I like and draw it out, try and use it. Sometimes, a lot of times, it's a pattern I've already used in the past. And sometimes I just doodle and see what I can come up with. Most times throw them away and try again. And eventually I come up with a pattern. And I've decided on a pattern. Now this is a pattern I've used before. A lot of people use the same basic pattern. And it's a crisscross pattern. Excuse me. It's a crisscross pattern where there's 3 lines of segments going both ways. They crisscross. And I'm going to make it with the diamonds now. make it with or without the diamonds. I'm going to make it 32 segments across. Now, here, you can see better, is the basic thing. It's 8 segments across and then it's repeated. So it's 8 segments across from one to the other, and it's actually repeated 4 times, give me 32. Now you can do the crisscross with 9 segments and then 4 repetitions, it'd be 36 segments per ring. This is 32 segments per ring. And I'm going to make it taller. This is just one row of the patterns. I'm going to make it two times and a half so that the diamonds come out right. I don't want these little diamonds come out half a diamond. So I'm going to make it 2.5 or 34 segments tall. So if I make it 34 segments tall, and I think I'll make each segment half an inch. If I make 34 segments half an inch, that's going to be 17 inches just for the open segments. Now I got to add a bottom and a top, so 17, maybe 19 inches, somewhere around there. So I'm going to draw it out. Now if you got big enough paper, you can draw it out. I've got it drawn out here on this paper. I drew the basic shape. Now the bottom and the top, I ain't got quite enough room on this paper to draw the bottom and top, so I just put the very little bit of the bottom and the top. Bottom and the top are each going to be inch to inch and a quarter. So the exact size it'll vary a little bit. So I drew it out on this paper, drew the basic outline, just half of one, both halves are the same, using this as the center line. Drew it out, then I drew the inner line, give it a 1/4 inch thickness all the way. Then I drew in the segments, all the way up. So that way I can measure from the center out and find out the diameter of the segments. I can also find out how big the segments have to be. Now, if you don't have big enough paper, you can always draw it half size. If you draw it half size, then you got to remember that you got to double every measurement. But I got this drawn out full size, so I'm going to use this. Now, I've got to figure out the woods I want to use for the pattern. There are many woods I can use, but of course these colors do not actually correspond to the colors of the wood. But I do want contrasting woods. So I've got quite a few choices around here. Okay, I've gathered some woods. Got plenty of maple. I'm going to use maple on it. That'll be for the open area here, the white. I got Peruvian walnut. Got some Peruvian walnut here. I'm going to use the Peruvian walnut right here where the dark brown is. I'm going to use black limba. I got some black limba, which ain't really black, it's light colored. Inside the Peruvian walnut, in between the Peruvian walnut stripes, I put black limba. Then I've got got a piece of sapelli. Nice sapelli. I'm going to use it for the other 2 outside stripes here. And between it and the middle, I'm going to put sycamore. I've got a nice chunk of sycamore here. I'm going to put sycamore in it. And then for the diamond in the center, I think I'm going to use bloodwood. I got plenty of bloodwood. Here's a piece right here. Should be good. I don't know if that'll be enough. If not, I got plenty more. So, yeah. I might put a piece of Micasar ebony right in the center of that little diamond. I don't know. I'll see. I don't know how it'll look, but I might. So we got all the woods ready. We got the pattern ready. I've got it drawn out. So the next thing I need to do is make a base for it. So I'm going to stop this video right here. And again, I might change one of the woods. I don't know if I will or not, but I could. And I'm going to make a base in the next video. So this will be the end of this video. So I appreciate everybody that watches, and I thank you for watching this one. And come back and see my next video. And if you haven't seen all my old videos, I've got a bunch of videos. I don't know how many. Over 60, I believe. I got videos on everything, cutting segments, cutting open segments, gluing on open segments, everything. But again, I'm going to go into real detail on this one, so I'm going to stop this video. Thank you, and come back. And the next video will be on making the base.